Hello everyone, welcome to another Thomas video. So today we're taking a look at Jund Cup Midrange in Thomas format. So this deck comes from 6, and apparently the deck has been performing for quite a few folks in the Discord, so I decided to check it out. With the exception of I'm changing a little bit here. I'm going to be playing with this new card called the Rat King Verminister. The reason why I decided not to play the Super Shredder is because we are in Jund. We're already playing this card called the Sidekick Cub, which is very similar to Super Shredder. In Growing Tall, the Cub has Trample, and the Shredder has Menace, and in my opinion, Trample is a little better. Instead of a Super Shredder, I decided to play this card called the Rat King Verminister, which is a little bit of a value card that can potentially bring back something like a Loris back onto the battlefield if it got discarded or countered. This is a little bit of a value card. We're only playing 2 copies of it, just testing it out. But this deck is mostly going to revolve around the Landfall effect on the Sidekick Cub to kill your opponent, or we're going to be winning with the Strip Mine loop with the Random 6. So it should be fun. So hangsa, I'm going to be hopping over to some Thomas 3 to show you guys what the deck does. So let's open her. Right, let's take a look at this deck today. It's a lot of Deathray Shamans. I'm gonna start with the good old Thoughtseize. The Solitude and a Food Chain deck. Alright. I guess we'll take away the Witch Enchanter, since that's their only white source. Let's Thoughtseize again. Noble Hierarch. Noble Hierarch. Let's grab that. I guess we're just playing out the Sidekick Cub. Plus another Goyf. We need to draw a fetch land. I think I'm just going to crack this Mishra's Bubble immediately, so that it boosts oh, they actually got it. So they're actually going to be able to potentially pop off next turn, which isn't good. I mean, there's nothing to... It's actually kind of bad. I should have just attacked with the Deathray Shaman. So they're going to be able to get Food Chain off, and then they have a Solitude now. Oh, we have a Lightning Bolt. Maybe that might actually be relevant. So they can go like a Food Chain, put the Solitude. Oh, did they just not have the combo still? Oh, we still don't have a fetch land, or... That's kind of a shame. Okay, well, let's attack. Lightning Bolt. They might have to use a Solitude now. It's a lot of damage. Okay, GG's. To be fair, I actually didn't even need to reveal my lightning bolt. I thought I had to, but didn't even need to. Alright, so we're playing against a food chain deck. It's actually my first time playing against a food chain deck of this sort in Timeless. I'm pretty sure they're trying to combo with Evangel, probably still. We have some enchantment removals. We also have some strip mines to disrupt as well. Vexing Bubble's not gonna do anything, although they do have a Solitude, which... Do we want to play the Vexing Bubble just for the Solitude, though? If they're playing the Evangel, maybe Pyroclasm might be good. They make bunch of dudes and then we Pyroclasm, potentially. I think the Molten Collapse might be really bad in this matchup. I think we'll just go with this for now, and then we'll decide what to do if we lose the game. Noble Hierarch. Is it a Deathray Shaman or Ragavan? They have a blocker, but they might want this card. I think it's Ragavan. So opponent has an Ancient Tomb. They also have a immediate food chain, which is really bad. So they have the combo already. Okay, let's see what they're gonna do here. I just want to see their identity. They went for Fierce Empath. Mana value 6 or greater. Okay, sure. Yeah, I'm actually still confused, like, what is the plan here? Okay, so they draw a bunch of cards. and make 7 tokens, which is bad. It's just like a bunch of expensive creatures and some tutor spells. Okay, I think I've seen enough. Let's bring a copy of a surgical instead of Mishra's Bubble. Try that. Just such an amazing hand, but can I keep it? Like, it's such an amazing hand. I'm hoping, should I just still crack this Mishra's Bauble, even though I have a Verdant Catacomb? Probably not. Okay, opponent started with the tap land, which is good, because then it's not gonna be an instant combo, probably. I'm hoping it's not. It's a Fatal Push. So land. Pass. I think opponent does have probably a food chain in hand. So I'm really hoping I get some discard spells. Oh my god, my savior. Okay, so we Thoughtseize. A frickin' Emrakul. So they actually have a temporary lockdown to kind of get rid of all of these next turn. I'm thinking I actually need to probably get rid of this Enlightened Tutor. Even though the temporary lockdown kind of sucks, but yeah. Gotta do it. Taking a lot of damage, by the way. Endurance. Okay, so they went with the Ornithopter. I really don't want to play this Orcish Bowmaster yet. Because they have a temporary lockdown. Let me see what I draw. Another Bowmaster. A Solitude. Okay, Solitude comes out. Sure, that's perfectly okay. I would love to draw some, like, a strip mine or something. So they actually got rid of a temporary lockdown, which is unexpected, but I think that's okay. Nice. Okay, so even if they draw a food chain now, I think I am pretty safe, since we can see their entire hand. To a land. Draw a card. There's really nothing in there, so I think I'm just going to get back another Nurturing Peat land. Because I feel like we're kind of flooding. We're not really doing much. So the Sidecat Cub was a pretty nice draw. I think we just win. This is a... I guess might as well do this because in case they draw like an Ancient Tomb. You know? Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I felt like this game, we drew kind of bad. Okay, no interactions, but a lot of creatures. Okay, looks like some sort of an affinity. Oh no, it's not. It's a Hardened Scales. It's a Hardened Scales deck. I think I'm gonna go with the Death Ray Shaman because I think if they're playing Hardened Scales, I'm not really sure if the Ragavan is ever gonna be able to get it there. Like I said, this already looks really bad, by the way. Oh man, this looks really bad. This looks really, really bad. Like, especially considering that right now, we don't even have a removal spell. The thing is, we need double removal spells at the moment. It's really bad. It's really, really bad at the moment. Opponent's attacking for 8. My god. I'm not even sure. Like, are we already dead? They have 2, 4, 6. So they can sacrifice 2 lands and the Mox Opal. That's 8 damage. Well, I think we actually just need to block this because... Wait, is this modular? It's not, right? Oh no. This is basically a modular. So they can sacrifice this and put it on the boss. This is so bad. We actually might be dead. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think we're dead. Yeah, I think we're dead. We needed a fatal push draw. Yeah, I think we're dead. $10, $12. I can't believe this deck isn't playing Meltdown. That's actually kind of insane, not having a Meltdown in the sideboard. Because isn't Affinity relatively popular? I think after this game, I'm actually going to add a copy of a Meltdown. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, any removal spell would have done it. It's just like we didn't get it, you know? I'm gonna say no to Ragavan, and I'm going to get a Blood Crypt out. And probably Thoughtseize here. We probably want to get rid of that Hardened Scales. But they actually have a Michelangelo, which is basically a Hardened Scales. But it's a lot easier to remove it. Although I do also have this card. Like, if I get another land... Before I Thoughtseize, I should have actually Mishra's Baubled myself on top to see what I'm gonna draw. So I can pick between a Hardened Scales and Michelangelo. Let's get rid of a Hardened Scales. Because I was gonna play this anyways, right? Oh no. No. No, no, no. Well, this is looking bad. This is looking real bad. into a DAW monitor as well. Yeah, Meltdown would have been excellent this game. Meltdown would have been absolutely insane. Would have been able to get rid of like 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, everything. Still no lands. I was hoping I would get a land because of 23 land deck, but nope. I think we're just gonna die to this DAW monitor. That really sucks that we actually got that we didn't get a fetch land. Could have actually destroyed 2 things there. A 3rd Audacity. A 4th Audacity. Okay. Alrighty. I think I should probably get rid of this fatal the boss before they can like transfer counters. I think I'm going to run the Sidecat Cub out so that I can get rid of the Stern Scolding, so I can play the Orcish Bowmaster on whatever it comes out. Since they even play things like DAW Monitor. All right, complete reset. Although we are at 4. This creature enters with the +1/+1 counter on it. When this creature dies, put X +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. I'm gonna get rid of a Hardened Scales here. Oh, they have a counter spell. It was a Stern Scolding. I think I'm going to run out the Orcish Bowmaster first, before the Ren and 6. Apprentice. Alright. I think we just go Ren and 6 and then minus on this thing. Because even if they do get Kappa Cannoneer, they can't play it. Nice. A strip mine. I think we probably can win with this. So let's get rid of their only green source. And then bring the Loris back. Alright, Arcbound Ravager. Good thing we drew a Fatal Push. Good thing we drew a Fatal Push. Thank God. And then we'll go destroy non-creature, non-land permanent. We somehow got there. Like, I don't know how, but we did. How did we turn this around? I don't know. It's a mystery. Oh boy. It's a tough battle without the meltdown. Oh, Vexing Bauble. Is that good? Tormod's Crypt, Moxopol. Maybe? Maybe. I kind of like the Rat King because like it can make a bunch of chump blockers, but they play this thing called Audacity. So the Rat King is like not as good. But one copy is probably fine. No fetch lands. So the Molten Collapse is gonna be inactive until like turn 3. But I think I should probably still keep this. It's 4 lands and 3 interactions. I think that's good enough. Alright, I think I'm gonna start with... I think I'm just gonna shock into a Vexing Bubble here. Okay, Hardened Seals comes out. Like I said, I'm going to time the Molten Collapse with the Strip Mine. So... I'll run out the Deathrise Shaman here. And I'll play the Raucous Theater. Okay, that's pretty good, but not anymore. Iron Apprentice. You're gonna draw. Okay. I think I'm going to get rid of their Seat of the Synod. Or should I get rid of a Tree of Tails because green source is harder to find for them? I don't know, actually. And I'm going to Molten Collapse this thing and this thing. That is a blowout. Okay, another Iron Apprentice. Alright. Nurturing P-Land. Nethergoyf. Oh, maybe I should have actually just brought the Loris back. Wait, I can still do that. Okay, we're gonna eat one of you. I'm gonna bring the Loris back. And we're gonna pass. Because now I can always get the Vexing Bubble back, you know? Oh, this game is over. Alrighty. Actually, kind of a cool deck opponent's playing, but I feel like this deck should probably have a meltdown before I melt down. Right. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I will just play the Deathrise Shaman out. Let's see what they're playing, shall we? What if put Hill into Chromox? I am scared. The latter halfling. This looks like maybe natural order or food chain. Not too sure. So 2-mana card coming down. It's a Ren and 6. I see. Well, I can technically kill it here. That is a good news. I don't need another land for sure. Do I surveil though? That's the thing. Like, this is happening for sure, but if I surveil here, like a 3-mana creature could come out next turn, in which case I kind of need this Fatal Push, but then I have to draw a land. Maybe land isn't bad. What is going on? Okay, so this is a teamer. This is a teamer. Do they have... I mean, a teamer memer must play something like a Stifle, right? Alright, let's see it. Bring out the Stifle. No? I am... surprised. Okay. Red and 6 War. Here we go. So it must be another lightning bolt, is what they're holding. Let's grab a swamp with this, and then we'll Fatal Push, and then leave the Verdant Catacomb for the forest. Alright, Mishra's Bubble comes out. They're going to potentially shuffle the top. So 4-mana card could come out here into a Tameo. What is their last card?
Oh, how am I supposed to focus on only one project?
So we can't crack this because if this is a Brainstorm, they can transform at an instant speed, right? So we are going to Fatal Push before they draw a card. Maybe I shouldn't have Fatal Pushed. I should have just waited. But then they're never gonna cast a Brainstorm if I do that. But because of that play, they got rid of 2 Fatal Pushes from me. But I think that's still worth it, considering the state of the game at the moment. So that's gonna become... I maybe should have potentially considered playing a Verdant Catacomb or and instead of the Overgrown Tomb so that it stays as a 4/5. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Into an Oath of Nissa. Usually, when you see Oath of Nissa, like I see something like a Felia to bounce this. Yeah, I think I'm just going to bring out the Loris back into the hand. That's actually pretty good. I'm just going to get rid of this immediately. I'm gonna fetch a forest here. Bring the Loris back. I think I'm not going to get this. Because I want the Netherglyph to stay as a 4/5. Okay, another Fable. We just want to ultimate the Renin 6 before when the Kikijiki transforms. So that's gonna be the goal here. Maybe I should actually get the land back. Ooh. Also, opponent topped, by the way. What could it be? Let's take a look. It was a Tamio. In which case... let's try getting rid of a bunch of steam vents. I mean blue and red. I don't want to destroy the green because they already have a Chrome Mox underneath it. So Tamio comes out.
Curious. I must investigate this scroll further.
I'm just gonna ultimate with the Renin 6 immediately. Let's Lightning Bolt the Kikijiki, since we should. And opponent surrenders. So we want to copy over the Abrupt Decay. They play Tamil and Renin 6 as a Planeswalker. Ghost Vacuum could be nice because they're also trying to loop lands with the Renin 6. Disruptor Flute is a luxury. It's okay, but not necessary. I think that's it. We're gonna go down on Mishra's Bubble. And I am gonna go down on another Goyf. I want to see the Vermister. Speaking of which. Yeah, so we actually have a pretty cool play here. We can strip mine. So turn 1, Deathray Shaman. Turn 2, Rat King Vermister with the strip mine. And then generate a rat. That's pretty powerful. Unless this Deathray Shaman dies here. It did not.
Is there a deeper this passage?
I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the Steam Vent. And I will play the Rat Verminister. Okay, so they have a wooded foothill. I'm not too worried about the Tameo because we have a Molten Collapse to just get rid of it. Ren and 6. Ren and 6. Kind of need a land, but that's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. So I'm gonna Thoughtseize in case there's like a board wipe. Oh, maybe I should have gone Ragavan. Oh, that's so bad. Why didn't I go Ragavan here? Okay, so they also have a Force of Negation with the Strip Mine. And a bunch of Blurry Zone guards. That's a pretty powerful hand. So a Strip Mine's gonna come out. Not good. And they're gonna Lightning Bolt. I look like a fool by not playing the Ragavan. Such a bad idea. Such a bad idea. Absolutely disastrous. A bubble. A bubble. So how do we like Rat King Verminister so far? I feel like every time this card came out, it hasn't been too impactful, I wanna say. Like it's been okay at most. Yeah, I feel like it's been okay at most. Okay, that's actually fantastic. So we're gonna get rid of a Strip Mine. Play the Ragavan. Attack with it. Get a treasure. And then we're gonna play a Ren and 6 here. Alright, GG's. Okay, we have a rematch. We have a rematch here. I will start with the Thoughtseize. I have another Michelangelo. Having more copies of Michelangelo. Okay. No! How'd you do that, opponent? How would you do that? They're gonna be playing this Michelangelo soon. Another strip mine. Do we want another strip mine? So I want to strip mine their Seat of the Synod. I think we want another strip mine. Okay, well, I guess I'll take another strip mine. Thank you very much. Timeless, by the way. I mean, even if it was a wasteland, it would have still happened, you know? Even if it was a wasteland, the same thing would have happened. So... But this time around, we have this card called Meltdown. Which will absolutely just annihilate the opponent. Let's go down on Ragavan, shall we? That sounds good. All right. I'm not really sure if I'm a huge fan of this hand, but we have a Thoughtseize. That's all that matters. We have a Thoughtseize. Into an Ornithopter, sure. Okay, let's take away the Michelangelo. So that's 4 artifacts for that card. See what they're gonna draw. A Veil of Summer. What's it gonna be? Is it the Rat King or the Ren? I think I'm just going to play the Rat King. Since, they're not really doing anything here. Alright, I think this game actually might be over. The strip mine, you know. The strip mine doing things. Do we even play this? I don't know. Oh man. Oh man. I think that actually might be over. And then we go like this. I think we're gonna attack now. Sure. I think they're dead next turn. Glimmer Wisp. Because the Scythehead Cup here is just going to take over the game. Right? They're just dead. And then we have double Orchestral Master, so... Yeah, this time around they couldn't do anything. Alright, GG's. Right, so we played this deck today. So this deck comes from 6, like I said. The only thing I changed was I added in 2 copies of Rat King Verminister. Turns out, I think this card is sweet, but it's a bit slow. Generates value over time, which, you know, quote-unquote Jund kinda likes doing. And we do have a lot of synergies with things like Bloodstained Mire, Strip Mine, Verdant Catacomb, Wooded Foothill, Mishra's Bauble, things like that. Actually, even Ragavan synergizes with this card. Ren and 6 as well. So we got quite a bit of cards here that synergizes with the Rat King. And potentially, if you do manage to, you know, trade 3 rats, you can get back creatures like something like a Loris if Loris does get discarded or something like that, right? I think the card is good in a sense that it generates a lot of value over time, but in most cases, the game's gonna be over before the Rat King generates enough value to kind of matter and impact the game. One thing this card has going for is the fact that it can chump block a lot, like especially against something like a Baragoi, for instance. Even then, like, they still gain a lot of life, and I just don't think this card is very good for Timeless format. A funny thing is I actually think Super Shredder might actually have been better. This card over here. Potentially this card could have been better. Notice that this card also says whenever another permanent leaves the battlefield, so that's also including treasures as well. This card actually can go pretty crazy. The thing is, the deck already plays a very similar card because we are in Jund. That's kind of the reason why I didn't want to play the Super Shredder. I wanted something a little bit different than just kind of growing a card. So these 2 cards are a little bit redundant. So if you're splashing green, there's actually no reason to actually play the Super Shredder. And that's actually the reason why I kind of turned to the Rat King Verminister, which didn't really, you know, play that well. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.